Hey guys, so I thought I fixed the oil leak on the MV Agusta, but I did not. Come to find out, I actually had to dig a lot deeper, okay? So I did a lot of research. I've been up for like 24 hours doing research in the forums.
Yep.
And I was able to find one guy who was going through the same thing as me. No one has done a YouTube video on this, and it really shocked me because it's actually a common leak on these bikes that need to be tended to. But anywho, let's get rocking. Let's straight to it. Let's see, first things first is you have to remove and unbolt your header, obviously. The good news is you can unbolt and remove your header without having to remove the radiator. The upper and lower radiator can stay in place. You do have to take out this bottom middle bracket here. That does have to come out. You see how much movement I have now? Obviously a whole lot. Because I had to barely move the bottom radiator to finagle the header out. Yeah. You also want to watch out for your oil cooler lines here. When you're pulling your header out, just be very gentle with it. And as you can see, I didn't even have to unbolt my O2 sensor. That's bolted up still. If anybody's wondering, that's a 22 millimeter wrench to take that off. But as I said, I didn't have to. In order to get this unbolted, you have to remove the two springs here. You have to remove the heat shield and the rear set on the right side to get your header off. And have fun getting the back bolt off, because there's a mount here that holds on the header. This is literally the mount right here that bolts up. On the back, there's like a little 10 millimeter nut. And if you don't have one of these, let me show you. If you don't have one of these with a little angle in it, you're not going to be able to get to it. It's that deep in there. I had to use this angled 10 millimeter, and as you can tell, she's quite vintage. She's got some age to her, but she still functions. Okay, now let's see. What else do we got here? Let me grab my phone light now. One sec, little mama. Let me grab my phone light.
Yes, sir.
And let's show them what we got going on. So, if your MV Agusta, let me turn this nice warm heater off. It's been very nice to us. As you can tell, that's why I love working on the bikes inside the house. Plus, I keep my most precious prize bikes inside of the house, obviously. But if your MV Agusta is leaking oil on the header, you're going to think that it's these two bolts right here. Yeah, they can see that pretty clear, can't they? Mm-hmm. You'll think that it's these two bolts, okay? It's not these two bolts. It's this fitting right here. This actual rod that runs down. It's here, let me bring the camera just a little closer for them, just so they can see. Let me move my light. Okay, so you're gonna think that it's those two bolts there, but it's really that fitting that's leaking. And let me kind of move my light just a little. There you go. Yeah, they can see it so much better like that. But see, I originally thought it was these two bolts, and after I shot the montage video in the exhaust video of this bike, it actually was still leaking oil. And I realized very quickly that the only place for it to leak oil, as far as these bolts, as far as oil on these bolts, would be above it. And come to find out, there's O-rings in here. Here, let me go ahead and I'll actually show you online. 1 minute here, and we'll jump online, and I'll show you the O-rings that need to be replaced. But we need to unbolt, which I did. As you can tell, it's already out. There's a little holder that holds this fitting in, and I need to pull that fitting out. But now, in order to pull the fitting out, that rod runs all the way up. You can see it. It runs all the way up the block, all the way up to the head. So now I need to remove the radiator. So I'm unbolting the entire radiator. In order to do so, you unhook this sensor. Very simple. Here, little mama, I'll have you hold the phone again. And I'll get to rocking and rolling, show them. So in order to remove this sensor, it's actually very, very, very simple. Let me get my light back on her. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. You just take this flathead and you push these little prongs out. And once you pop those out, you slide this just a little and the sensor just pops clean out. And it was super easy. There's this hose here, which you can see I bent it down. Yeah. But that hose has to be undone. And you also have to undo this bottom radiator hose. I actually undid that from here. Obviously, I already drained the coolant. I've drained all the oil. I also removed the oil filter, which gave me so much more access to the leak, which is this oil fitting here. And I have an exact name for that, which I'll get for you guys. But give me 1 second, and I'll show you exactly the O-rings that need to be replaced. All right, let me grab the iPad.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, it's already up. So these are the fittings that I was telling you about. This is the, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Where's my phone at? Oh, I left it right here. Okay, so let me not jump the gun. This was what I found here, for anyone who's wondering. This was the guy who was going through exactly what I was going through. He said, next I remove the oil delivery pipe. That's the name of it. Sorry that I can't really remember that. This bike's so new to me.
Yeah.
I've never touched an MV Agusta in my life, and it's actually a lot more simple than I thought. You know, you need some little special stuff here and there, like the little angled 10 millimeter that I showed you to get the header, the header mount off. But neither than that, this bike's pretty simple, man. And yeah, so he had to replace the O-rings on both ends of the oil delivery pipe. And that's what we're getting off of the bike right now is the oil delivery pipe. Let me go ahead and show you guys. This is the upper and lower oil delivery pipe. And as you can see, it actually has an O-ring on both ends of the delivery pipe here. So we're going to get this off the bike. And, once we do, I will patch you back in. But before I do, I want to give you guys some updates here. Let's come here to the CRF, little mama. So, let me set that down. The CRF 250, we got that sucker in the house, man. And, as soon as I get bikes in the house, I clean them and I peek under things. I really get a deep look.
Yeah.
I really dive into the bikes. And I quickly realized that this had a full-blown infestation of bugs. Oh,
God. Y'all, it was nasty.
And that's why you don't leave a bike outside.
Yes.
You see, this bike was sitting outside for a couple of years, sadly. That's why I got it so cheap. But me and my wife, we immediately had to strip this thing all the way down. We had to take it on our back deck, and we had to remove every single bug that was on it. I probably killed like 25 water bugs. Ugh. We found 15 big black ants, the ones that bite you. Yep. To where you could feel the bite. And what else? We also removed some spiders. Yeah, some spiders. Yeah, spiders. But I can tell you right now, this bike now is dealership clean. Oh yes. Dealership clean, guys. All right. I made sure I went through it super thoroughly. Yes. I also pressure washed the bike down as well. But if you bring the camera here, I did a smog delete. For anyone who has a CRF 250L, there's a big black canister here, and I deleted that. I also deleted, there's a sensor plug here for the canister as well. We deleted that. So we did some deletes as well that are pretty common that people do, to save a little weight. Plus, it makes it to where, now if the starter ever has to be replaced, it'll be a breeze. Quick and easy. But it just made it more accessible, obviously. Yeah. Little mama, I'll have you rotate over here. Rotating. And we will point the camera to the S1000R because we are to the point now to where I've replaced every single broken sensor on the S1000R. And the bike just needs a cluster now. For anyone who's looking to buy a double R or an S1000R, if your cluster gets damaged, the bike won't start. Yes. I found out that the cluster actually communicates with the ECU, and my cluster on that bike is completely just fried. It's all bad. It even had water damage, and you can tell that it took a really bad hit when the guy went down. So we're sourcing a cluster for this, and she'll be good to go. Plans for the S1000RR, the Mortal Kombat bike. Yes. I actually am getting ready to do a cat delete. So you stay tuned for a straight pipe video on this bike. Eventually, I will do a full system exhaust with a muffler. But, I do want to hear this just straight piped. Yes. I think it's going to sound savage. Plans for the CBR 600RR. This is actually going to be my predominant race bike. Yes. This bike will be going heads up with 1,000 cc's, 750 cc's, and 600 cc bikes. I actually just came to find out that my local drag strip is only like 20 minutes away
I
from us.
know.
So, you know, I'm about to get it. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's time, baby.
You know, it definitely is time. But as soon as I found out that the drag strip was right around the corner, I was like, oh yes, it is game time.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, guys, that's the plans for the bikes. Let me get the radiator off the MV, and I will patch you guys back in. Hey guys, so I actually ended up having to take the front fascia off the bike. I realized really quickly that the bolt that's holding up the entire radiator assembly is so long that it would have actually made contact with the inside of this.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been able to get the bolt out without removing this. But this is super simple. You just jiggle this out, and once it comes out, and the only thing that holds this on is a bolt to the left side headlight. And once you remove that bolt, you just jiggle this out, and looks like a little air sensor. You just pull it out, jiggle it out. It literally just jiggles clean out of there. And I'll just pop that back in and wiggle that back on, obviously, when I'm done. But this is the only way to get the bolt off. And to get the actual cowl, the front plastic off that has the windscreen attached to it, there's screws that are located right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And over here on this side, 1, 2. And the third screw is here, the upper 3. And just so you guys know, if my little queen wants to come over here,
Yes, baby.
here is the holes, the mounting holes. You could essentially look at this as the fairing stay, kinda, to, you know, this is what holds the entire windscreen plastic up, you know. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and get the radiator off, and then I'm gonna take the oil fitting off of the motorcycle, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the O-rings.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, so as you can tell, we dropped the radiator, and that was effortless.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of mechanics, even ASC certified mechanics, they wouldn't touch this bike.
No.
Believe me. But I felt so comfortable because I love this bike. This is my favorite bike. I've never even worked on an MV Agusta before, and I can tell you that this bike is actually a lot easier to work on than some Japanese bikes that I've worked on in the past. But we got the radiator off, and now we're taking, what's the name of it, little mama?
The oil delivery pipe.
That's why I married her. Let's go. Oil delivery pipe is being removed. Baby, if you can go over to the other side. Thank you. Just because I need as much headroom as possible down here to see what I got, what I got going on.
There we go.
So, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work the bottom out, okay?
Yep.
Here, let me move this out of my way now. All right, yeah, I'm just going to, actually, let me lay down on the ground, too. It'll make this a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I'm just going to jiggle this out, and then I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to jiggle. Let me get up now. And I'm going to jiggle this out now. Just a little. There you go.
There you go.
And, okay, got some oil coming out. Not a problem. And now we're going to turn this, finagle it. Let's see. I can tell I might have to pop this out, but maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. Damn. No problem. So you pop that out like so. And there you go. Your oil delivery pipe. And these are the O-rings that me and my wife were referring to that clearly need to be replaced on this bike. This one is supposed to be the one that's just shot, that the oil is leaking by. And I can tell it looks so flat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Goodness.
But we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace both of these O-rings, guys. So stay tuned for the actual ride video to this bike.
Yes.
Because this was the only thing.
The only issue
that was stopping this bike from being ran. Because obviously the oil, it's leaking down on the header.
Yeah.
And it makes it to where you can't ride the bike. Obviously, it's just, you know, it makes
smoke.
It just makes the bike smoke. And I would never ride a bike that leaks oil.
No.
It just doesn't make any sense. Also found out that my water pump has a slight leak. But that's a rubber O-ring as well. So I also found an upgraded water pump that I will be actually upgrading. And I found a company that has 3 left in the USA. So I plan on buying 2. Okay, I want to have one to replace in this bike and a backup one to 10, 15 years down
There
the
you
road.
go.
Because she's not going anywhere.
Oh, no.
But thanks guys for joining us on this adventure. And like I said, if you have some type of leakage on your header, 9 times out of 10, it's the oil delivery pipe that's causing it. And it's simply these O-rings need to be replaced. And it's so funny. Come here, babe, before we go.
Yes.
Wow.
Show me.
Like, look at that. Look at that O-ring. Like, look at the gap there.
Oh my
There's like a giant gap there. Yep. And then this was our bottom one here. She's a little oily, so it's kind of hard to really get a good look at her. But as you can tell, these have been in the bike so long, and they're rock solid. They're hard as a rock. But we're gonna go ahead, guys, and replace the O-rings. And I'm gonna put the whole bike back together. And I am super excited about doing the ride video.
Oh, me too.
So stay tuned. To me, this is the best sounding bike I've ever heard in my life. It's a true symphony.
Yep.
It really is.
I second that.
I love you, baby. Hey guys, so I wanted to show you real quick. We definitely figured out exactly why these are leaking. Look at the gap here. Insane.
Yeah.
You see, these have been eaten away by the heat.
There we go.
They've shriveled up. They're super hard. It's all bad.
Yeah.
And then this was the actual one that was leaking. You see, and I can see why it's leaking. There should not be that much of a gap.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's
oh my
okay.
God.
So that was the one that was leaking, and this one was on its way out. You see the gap there.
There it is.
Yep, that was on its way out the door as well. So, you know, if you plan on owning an MV Augusta, you know, these are just maintenance things that right now I'm just wiping this down with some baby wipes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys, man, baby wipes.
They really come
It's
in
the
handy.
key, man. It gets grease. It does wonders, man.
It really does.
Right? But anywho, definitely stay tuned, guys, because I'll be doing the ride video extremely soon.
Yeah.
So, peace.
Peace.